Jude Pettitt has extensive experience in human resources within Australia, and I thought it might be helpful for you to hear from her about making an impression within the first few seconds. What tips can you suggest that graduates and more senior people use when seeking feedback at the end of an interview?
The graduates that really put me off actually say, and this might be contentious, when you say, look, the interview's finished and thanks very much for your time and we'll be in touch with you, they say, oh, before I leave, I'd really like some feedback on my interview. How do you think I went? And I know that's an incredibly Gen Y thing, but the first few times I sort of went, well, we need to think about it for a little bit, and we need to think about it in light of who else we're interviewing. By the time the third or fourth one asked me, I thought, oh no, they must be getting this from perhaps their universities say it's okay to ask for feedback. So I thought, and maybe it is. So actually what I said was, yes, well, look, I mean, understandably, in this case, you were nervous, but you've well prepared and you've got some very good examples of your work and what research that you've done. And as soon as you would give them sort of 3 or 4 bits of feedback, they'd go, yeah, that's what I expected to hear, and they were happy. You tend not to get that at more senior level interviews, but I would say that your traditional or more usual interview panel might be a bit taken aback by, I'm not leaving the room till I get some feedback. I would suggest to a graduate, if they wanted to come at feedback in a particular way, I'd tend to say to them, why don't you ask something like, have I covered all the areas in enough detail? Have you got everything that you wanted from me? Is there something I've missed you'd like me to deal with now? I think it's more that not sort of give me some feedback, but have I met your needs, or can I perhaps do something a little bit differently?